Hello everyone. Did you ever give up on a project or a goal after a few days, few weeks, few months without making significant progress? Stick around to learn a tactic to not get discouraged and keep pursuing your goals. We'll have a look at the mindset we all tend to approach goals with, how it limits us, and how to correct it to keep making progress. The fact is, most goals we have in life take time to achieve and required effort over an extended period of time. But over the long run, sometimes our actions don't match our goals or desired outcome. We want to gain muscle but skip the gym session. We want to eat healthier but end up eating fast food. Or we wish to maintain a tidy home but postpone cleaning activities. These things are actually bound to happen, but how can we still take advantage of these situations and get just a step closer to getting back on that horse and make progress? There is one key mistake we all tend to make. We all tend to succumb to an all or nothing mentality. We all tend to either do things perfectly or do nothing. And let me know in the comments if that's familiar to you. But my bet is you either feel like you have time and energy for a full training session or don't do anything at all. Either you feel like you're ready to tackle a full task or you think you're going to get down to it some other day and do nothing today. Either you're going to eat perfectly all day or to the hell with it and you'll just eat whatever you feel like all day. We all tend to turn off days into days off. And that's a huge mistake. It's a very black and white and very flawed way of looking at things. We should keep in mind that something is always better than nothing and avoid turning an off day into a day off. To do this, I'd suggest to have backup, less than perfect options that still point us in the right direction. Let's take physical activity as an example from my life. My current goal is to have at least 4 training sessions, weightlifting sessions per week. But today, my wrist hurts and I know I won't be able to give it 100%. So what should I do? Well, I have different options I can choose from depending on what I feel like. I could go for a walk. That's something. I could just do the warm-up part of my usual training session. I could do half a session, performing only the first few exercises. Or I could do a full session, but with much lighter weights. And that's actually what I've opted for today. I have trained before recording the video. And what I did is just take half the weight, so for example 10 kilos instead of 20 that I would use normally, but I've done something. I'll probably do the same tomorrow, but I'm not doing nothing just because I can't give it 100%, and I'm still making some progress, maybe small, but some progress. Of course, none of these options are as good as a max effort full session, but they're all steps in the right direction, and that is actually what matters. Having these alternatives is actually a way to just keep momentum. If you have a goal and you can't give it 100% today, think about it. Can you give it 50%? What about 20%? What about 10%? Can you do something that will just keep the ball rolling and get you coming back for more tomorrow? More often than not, you'll also end up realizing that doing something motivates you and you'll end up doing more than you thought you would on the day. And you can start that today. Let's say you want to write or you need to write a document, a book chapter, an article, and you don't really feel like it. Could you write just the outline? Could you write 5 lines? Could you write just one key idea? Maybe. What's the minimum that will make you satisfied and keep the ball rolling? If you're watching, for example, your food intake and you end up ordering fast food, can you leave a few bites on your plate? Can you actually skip dessert? Maybe. What is that minimal effort that you could still take despite the obstacles. It doesn't have to be complicated. The key is to find a very small step, a minimal effort that you can still take and that will make you feel good and have you come back for more tomorrow. We all have bad days, we all have off days, but when we turn them into days off, we actually feel bad about ourselves. We feel discouraged, we feel like we failed, and that makes our day worse and might even start a vicious circle. Take my example. I know that if I skip a training session today, it will make tomorrow's training session more difficult. I might end up skipping it as well. And then the day after tomorrow and the next day. And before I know it, I've skipped a whole week, I've skipped a whole month, and then I'm very, very far from reaching my goal. But if I just do something today, then I'll do something tomorrow and the next day and the next, and little by little, that actually gets me closer to what I want. I hope this helps you. Leave me a comment with your thoughts and potential backup goals for off days. And remember, it's okay. We're all on the same boat.